Hello everybody and welcome back to Josium Drives. Okay, new video. A legendary appears, the legendary Molocula. So let's just go through it. So as always got some sketches here. Always start with sketches, just the best thing, just get as many ideas out there as possible. As you can see, I had a general idea of working with more circles and shapes and spheres. Trying to get that idea across of like molecules because my idea was this is kind of like a weird legendary born out of like molecules in its own little realm, which I'll get to in a little bit. But as you can see, other sketches here, I thought about making like a first form for this legendary as kind of like an evolving legendary, kind of like Cosmog is, as that evolves into either Solgaleo or Lunala. And I thought, no, it's just going to create more work and it's going to waste more time. And I already have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing right now, so I don't really want to ruin that. So I decided against it, but it was still a cool idea. Other sketches here, like as you can see, I tried to like putting this kind of like ring thing on its head. I tried to find ones where it doesn't actually have a mouth, but it looked a little bit creepy, and I give it some fingers here, but it didn't really look that great. It was just kind of looked like a bunch of spheres put together. I do like the ring idea though. I came up with a bit of loft that adds the ring helps it kind of float around. Um, Other ideas here, like I've got some stuff on its head there. Its eyes have changed there. See, it's got a mouth now, and it's got kind of like fingers that are embedded. And as you can see here, it's kind of like grabbing onto the ring as it's kind of like floating around. And I imagine like underneath it, it's kind of like flat, which is kind of cool. Um, Here, I didn't really like the ring. It looks too much like a floaty ring, which looks. I liked it at the time, but looking back on it now and reflecting on it, it doesn't really look that great. But I liked that at the time, even to like color it there. Um, Again here, just trying to figure out different stuff, getting rid of the fingers. Here, I kind of like changed up the design on the forehead, but I wasn't really liking it, and I left it for a couple of days. And then I came back to it with a fresh mindset, and I thought, well, I'll come back to it, and this is what I arrived at. I absolutely love this design. It's got like the kind of like molecule rings here. It's got kind of like actual arms now. Kind of like here's a molecule, and then kind of like the connecting thing, bonding them together. If you look that up on Google, I also changed that design on its forehead here. Instead of having separate eyes, I just kind of like made it eyes, so it's got kind of like this almost redgy energy, which looks really, really cool, which I'm really, really happy about. It's also got its ring that looks a little bit better now. It's got like little legs here that it uses to kind of like, well, it won't really use them because it'll just be floating around. But yeah, it's got fingers. I decided to simplify it to just 3 fingers that it uses to kind of like grab things. And it's got like its eyes here. And obviously like these are like shoulder guard things, kind of almost inspired by Deoxys as well. Inspired by the Regis, Deoxys, Cosmog, that kind of stuff. And then it came to kind of like inking and color, and oh man, I love all of these. These look so cool. This is the first one it came to, which I really like. I want it to look menacing, but also kind of adorable. So it's kind of got this light that kind of comes underneath. And I was just messing around with the colors. I didn't really know what I was kind of doing for the colors, but I like this as an initial kind of like color palette for it, which I really do like. This kind of like menacing thing. And we'll get into its lore in a little minute, but yeah, I really loved it. I was playing around with different ideas. Like I came down to this like bluish purple one here, which I really do like. But I thought I know I can do better. I don't want it just to be monotone. I want something else to go with it. So I came to this one, which is like, oh, okay, I like that one a lot, but I know I can do even better. So I kind of finally settled on this kind of like middle ground between the blue and the green one, which I really like. It's very visually interesting, I think so anyway, and it looks really, really cool. And I like this kind of like gritty, grungy, kind of like blotchy, patchy kind of like work on there, almost like it was done with watercolor, which I do use a watercolor brush, just the one that I made up. And then I have some like effects here on these here, which will get into its special ability or its special move. Um, Molocula is a steel psychic type, so same as Jirachi. And obviously, like I said, I repurposed this to be it's shiny, which I really personally like as well. So let me just read you the lore I have for Molocula. Molocula, the bonding Pokemon. Molocula is the tiniest Pokemon ever to be discovered. It is as small as a single atom, weighing in at just 1 AMU, or atomic medical unit. It uses its oddly shaped ring that covers the majority of its body to traverse its unique dimension, the quantum world. If one were to encounter Molocula, run, as its signature move, boson beam, will rip your very atoms apart, as it considers all that enter its domain intruders. So that's pretty cool. It's kind of like this violent, tiny legendary that if you enter its unique dimension or its unique domain, kind of like the distortion world for Giratina, except this would be kind of like a unique dimension that only Molocula resides in, with other like very rare, maybe subatomic Pokemon that you can only access there. So they'd be kind of like pseudo legendaries or something. Yeah, and its special move Boson Beam, it kind of looks like this, where it charges this up and goes kind of like a two-stage attack. But yeah, boson beam is actually inspired by the Higgs boson field, and if you want to know more about that, you can just Google that. It's just Higgs boson, which is really cool, and I think that's why it works for this kind of legendary. But yeah, that's what I've got for the legendary Molocula. Let me know, would you want to kind of encounter this terrifyingly tiny legendary? Yeah, and let me know what else I could have done maybe to improve it. What would you have done? All that kind of good stuff. So don't. That's what I've got for you today. Let me know in the comments whether you liked it or not. Just don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Hey there, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share my work around. I'll see you next time.